we speak of making Kenya truly self-reliant, I am proud to report to the nation that we are not merely making declarations. We are taking bold, concrete, and measurable steps. We are walking the talk, and here is why. For decades, our national savings culture was stagnant compared to our neighbors in Uganda and Tanzania and elsewhere. Until 2023, just 2 years ago, the average Kenyan worker saved only 200 shillings a month through the National Social Security Fund. Over a span of 60 years, we collectively as a nation managed to save 320 billion. In 2023, we operationalized the law mandating a savings contribution of 6% by both employee and employer, and the result has been remarkable and impressive. In just 2 years, we have mobilized 280 billion in national savings, nearly equal to what we saved over 6 decades. By end of this year, we will have doubled that 60-year figure, and by 2027, we project to have raised close to $1 trillion in domestic savings. Kenya's savings to GDP ratio currently stands at between 10 and 12%, depending on the calculation you apply. My intention is to raise GDP or savings as a percentage of GDP to 25% in the medium term. That will enable us as a nation to build a pool of resources that we can use to lend to the SMEs and the private sector, and we can grow more businesses and reduce the cost of borrowing so that the double-digit borrowing of 18% or 20%, it is not possible for us to grow our economy, to grow more business, to expand enterprise if the cost of borrowing money is high. We must bring it down to single digit. And the route to bringing it down to single digit is to build greater savings in Kenya. I want to thank the Kenyan workers. I want to thank Dr. Atwoli and Kotu and FKE. When we sat down with them, they saw the point when I made the case to them that it is time for Kenya to measure up to what other countries are doing, and we have to make the necessary decisions so that Kenya can build savings in a manner that it will help us, one, reduce old age poverty. When I came here for celebrations, Atwoli here told me Kenya is number 92 in the worst countries with old age poverty. Because if you save 200 shillings, when you exit at 60, maybe the entire savings you will have made is like 70, 80,000. 70, 80,000 will not last you 2-3 months. And that is why, after retirement, many workers die. So we must make sure that after retirement, all workers will have a decent livelihood, and they can have a good measure of pension, and also make sure that they can have monthly income coming from their hard-earned savings when they had the energy to work. The blueprint of our inclusive plan in the bottom-up economic transformation agenda is anchored on 5 key pillars: agriculture, micro and small enterprises, universal health care, affordable housing, and the digital and creative economy. I must stand here to thank the Kenyan workers from across the divide. You all remember that in 2022, we had challenges of food insecurity. We had challenges of inflation. We had challenges of exchange rates. I want to say and to report to the country that after 2.5 years, our Kenyan farmers have done a tremendous job. They have produced food. We have supported them. We increased our maize production by 40% in the last 2 years. We increased our production of coffee. We increased our production of tea. We have increased our production of sugarcane. And today, our import bill, importing maize or sugar or the other commodities, has gone down because our farmers are producing more than they have done before. We must commend them because they are working for the people of Kenya. I must also say that because of the interventions that we have made, inflation has come down from 9.6% to 3.5% this year. Exchange rate has come down from 165 to the dollar to now 129 to the dollar. We have expanded our foreign exchange reserves by 2.4 billion shillings. 240 billion shillings. So we have made progress. And that is the reason why the IMF last week listed Kenya as the 6th largest economy. In 2022, Kenya was the 8th largest economy. In 2.5 years, we have managed to overtake Angola, we have managed to overtake Ethiopia. Now Kenya is the 6th largest economy in Africa. In fact, it is the largest economy in East and Central Africa. And it is because of the Kenyan workers, the collective effort of our farmers, of our workers in industry, of our teachers, and everybody else that has contributed to moving Kenya to where we are today. I am very confident about the future of our country if we work together in the manner in which we are working together. In agriculture, our overarching goal remains to make farming profitable, stabilize farmer incomes, and secure national food security. The reduction of fertilizer prices has led to 40% surge in maize production, boosted farmer earnings, reforms in the coffee sector, including the elimination of inefficiencies and corruption, and the streamlining of the Nairobi Stock Exchange have raised farmer prices from 50 shillings to a kilo to between 100 and 150 shillings to a kilo now. Similarly, reforms in the sugar sector have revitalized the industry, leading to record production, better incomes, and bonus payouts for farmers, while creating thousands of new jobs. I recall with very deep personal satisfaction seeing Mama Redempta Makoha of Mumias receive a bonus check of 80,000 in January this year, money she has proudly used to advance her well-being. That is what real impact and transformation looks like. And let me assure the Kenyan workers and the representative of the Kenyan workers, we've just completed the leasing of the 5 sugar factories owned by the government of Kenya. They will now be commercially run by private sector players who have the acumen, the resources, the know-how on how to run business. And I want to assure you that no worker is going to lose their job. In fact, with the increased efficiencies, with better performance of these factories, we are scheduled to hire more workers so that we can drive our sugar industry. Our affordable housing program is another flagship initiative delivering real impact. By end of April, it had created 250,000 jobs spanning architecture, engineering, urban planning,